Hello friends and welcome to Intronaut channel. This is the place here on YouTube where we do weekly tarot reading, and I friendly and warmly invite you to join me for the reading of this week that already started. And as long as I can tell, this week started with a bit of a heavy foot. So the local geoengineering is not helping. So it will be really interesting to see what the cards say. But before we start the reading, we practice inner connecting with sound. So I invite you to take an instrument and inner connect with the sound, or just listen to a sound that I'm experimenting with and enjoy it. Oh. So let's do the reading now. These are the cards. So the first card uh, that will appear will point to the happenings in the beginning of the week, and this is the card that is, you know, uh, saying what is happening right now, and this is exactly what's happening. So in general, this is a card that points to pain, um, affliction, sadness, tears, isolation. So on the first side, it's not a very you know a very good state, but I believe that every problem and everything can be solved by just looking at it closely, seeing all the details. And then in that way, we open our mind so that the solutions can come through. And this is exactly what we'll do. We'll just look closely at the card and try to find a way out of these states. So all the swords that belongs to this card are piercing the body that is lying on the ground facing down. The body is covered with a red blanket that kind of looks like blankets soaked with blood. We can see that all the vital organs of the body are pierced. We can see that the heavy attack is done on the lower part of the body. That's the part where the center of the body is, and of course, where the potential for the life force is there. So what is obvious on this card is that the body is pierced through and through, but there is no a single sword that goes through the head. So this is because it's an opportunity for us to have a peek into how life really works and how our mind really works. So the mind is the cause of the pain and the sadness and the tears that are happening in the body. So the first thing to do is the first thing I can read from this card is that the energy flows wherever the attention goes. So we have to remind ourselves now, time and again, in the beginning of the week, that by putting our attention um, to the pain, we create more pain. We feed the wound, as I say. So the first step and the important step is to stop identifying with the body. That means that the pain is present in the body. It is not your pain and it's not you who are in pain, it's just something that is happening in the body. The sadness that is taking you over is not your sadness, it's not you who are sad. It is only the sadness, the energy that is taking over the body. The tears that are coming out of your eyes are not your tears. It's not you who are crying. It's only the body, the reaction of the body, the clearing and the cleansing of the body that comes to it naturally. So we have to understand that the body is only reacting to what's going on in the mind. So to kind of learn from this, we will have to, examine the mind. We will have to, you know, um, examine the thoughts. Who are we thinking about? What are we thinking about? What happened? Where is the mind taking us? Into the past, into the past. So by, researching the thoughts, researching the mind, we can be taken deeper and deeper, and we can go to the source of the wound. And when we see it, that's the point where when the healing starts. So for the beginning of the week will be very important for us not to identify with the pain, not to identify with the emotions that are negative, and to examine the thoughts and to examine the reaction of the body connected to thought. So some hard work is implied here in the beginning of the week, and hard work always brings progress. So don't fall into fear, just, my suggestion will be don't try to stop it, don't try to make analyzations about it, just let it be and not identify with it. Not say to people, not think, this is my pain, I'm sad. Don't tell people that you are sad, that you're feeling bad. Don't just because that's how you feed the wound, but you really don't want to feed the wound. You really want to heal, I'm certain, because this is in our nature, in our hearts. And yes, I will support you in this beginning of the week. I will send you my support. So Of course, I'm always here for you if you need more clearing, if you need more explanations. But let's see how this state will progress. And the next card will just point to that and point to the happenings in the middle of the week. And it is progress, actually. It is progress. This card generally says strength in opposition. But to me, it is saying that our wounds, our body will heal. We will get up on our feet again, standing strong and feeling confident about our body. But in the middle of the week, our mind will still be in bondages, which means that we'll be still taken over by the power of the mind, by the power of the thoughts. But in this case, the mind actually works as a shield, as a protective shield. Because of all the wounds and all the stuff that happened, the mind is trying to protect you, not to get hurt again or not to, show your wounds. But this is not the case. I would say that you alone are strong enough to handle your wounds, that you don't need a mind to protect you from pain, and you don't need mind to protect your wounds, because the wounds don't need to be protected. They need to be seen, and they need to be seen and healed. So this is the case, and how this will manifest in our everyday life. Somehow it will feel like stuff is just popping out or popping up in our environment, to engage us in opposition. So whenever we will feel like getting in opposition, getting into no, getting into what I think is right, these are my experience, my life, all this stuff that gets you in trouble is the mind protecting the wound. So whenever you have urge to oppose to something or to someone, just remind yourself that this is the wound that is taking over. And what needs to be done is to realize that it is not stuff popping out, but it is you looking for stuff to get you in the opposition mode, because this opposition kind of brings power to your body and you feel alive, you know. So because the wound took so much energy from you, now you're finding power in opposition. And of course that doesn't bring good to anybody. So it's kind of necessary for us to understand that the middle of the week our mind will still be in bandages, and that means that our fears will still, try to take control. And we should just simply work towards healing. And now let's see the last card that will kind of, bring end to this story, and also point to the energies that will kind of support us, our growth in the end of the week, in the weekend. Yes, this is excellent, because these situations through the week that are created are really created for us to learn as much as possible, And the end of the week will spend in reflecting, in learning more and more about ourselves. And this progress that we'll feel in our body um, will kind of lead us to want to learn more and want to spend more time into reflecting and into learning and to, you know, to make clear to be clear about what was uh, what was going on. Of course, our passions will still be pretty much in our mind. So in the weekend, it's kind of maybe crucial not to, you know, get lost in self studying and, you know, cut other people out, but you know, find balance and find create time for yourself, for your learning, so the other responsibilities will not be suffering because of your new discoveries. So everybody's happy, the sheep is whole and the wolf is full. So I just made this up. I don't know how it is translated in English. I cannot remember at this moment. But this is it. This is the reading. It will. It looks like a very kind of a challenging week. There will be a lot of work, a lot of hard work, and hard work always brings best results. So you don't have to be afraid of hard work, because in the end it will all work out just fine. Well, I hope you gain some informations about this week. I hope some of this can help you through the week. And of course, if you would like to have some more insight, please make a comment, write an email. Also, if you would like to have a Celtic cross reading, I can also provide that for you. So just write an email or maybe write a comment. So I'll send my love for everybody and my support for everybody. I'm here for you if you want, if you need something, find me on social media and connect so we can work something together. And this is it. I hope to hear from you soon. I hope to see you soon and find courage this week. Goodbye.